Well, it's
New Year's Eve.
Yes. The end
I think we're like 38 minutes till midnight Eastern time, of course.
something like that, and we still haven't stopped doing stuff. But
There's time to stop doing stuff?
today's video is something we thought would be kind of fun to do. It's kind of a year in review, at least little snippets of videos. It's like a video, what do you call it? These
Montage?
Montage.
It's
episode.
basically a collection of what we think are significant moments in Hickorycroft Farm's 2021 year.
Or at least interesting ones.
Or interesting, yes. You know, be sure to take a look in the description below. We've actually put all these videos into a playlist on our channel. So obviously on our channel, I mean, there are videos.
In case anybody wants to go and check them out, I suppose.
Yeah, so definitely if you want to see kind of a little quick recap of some of the things we've been up to for the 2021 year, then take a look at that playlist. Again, in the description below, there's a link. Otherwise,
enjoy the montage video.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to more things to come in 2022.
I hope everybody has a fantastic and safe New Year's, and we will see you all in 2022.
We've been thinking about
Starting a Canadian
starting
seed challenge.
So we are going to call it the Canadian Seed Challenge. Another snowy end of January day when most people would not be thinking about gardens whatsoever. But we are. We're into February, and we're actually looking back to 2020. I guess this is kind of a look at some of our economics, homestead economics.
In typical Hickorycroft Farm fashion, which was a New Year's resolution to get a little bit better at being organized and getting some projects done, we're coming back to our sugar beets. So here we have our bucket of what once was a bunch of sugar beets.
The crystals are definitely growing.
We ended up with 170 grams of sugar. Can't really see it very well, but it's sort of like a brown sugar or a raw sugar. Final synopsis on the experiment, Chris?
I think it's a plus. So we are in the woodshed right now, and basically we are in the process of processing one of our ram lambs. So we've got it to the point that he's hanging up here, and we're going to go through and see how we do with the actual processing.
First time processing.
It's our first time. I have processed deer before, but so similar principle, but first time processing one of our Icelandic sheep. We've picked a variety of vegetable to plant as part of our I guess participation in the 2021 single seed challenge. The interesting part about this single seed challenge is, I guess, years and years and years ago, and I've said this story before, we have a bean variety that came from one seed, and so it is amazing what
now
you
we
can
produce thousands.
Yeah, now we produce thousands from that single one. So I think that's a really interesting part of this sort of challenge.
We wanted to kind of discuss something that we've been looking into a little bit.
Yeah, which is kind of how much food
should you grow? Do you need to grow?
Should you grow / store?
Our first time ever keeping track. I think it's going to be an eye-opener for us, I think. Just how much we grow and just how much we still need to grow.
Now I am going to make some quiche with these eggs. What an excellent idea, Alex. James, that's a very bad yolk. Hope you enjoy the egg puns. Have an excellent day. So now we are going to crack these eggs, and this is what we've done so far with the quiche.
So this is the first video in what may end up being a pretty long series, because it's a pretty broad topic.
And something we're very passionate about.
Yes, and something we've done for quite a long time. And we're not experts on all of it, but we know enough information to be dangerous. We'll just leave it at that. But today's video is the first, episode installment of our Seed Saving 101 series.
Well, we're finally done spinning. I wanted to take the fleece from start to finish for you so you could see just what you got out of a fleece from one of our Icelandic sheeps. Speak proper English. One of our Icelandic sheep. So far in this series we have sheared, we've washed and carded, and we are now onto our spinning section. Down here on the table I have what I was able to spin out of this Icelandic fleece. First time Mum Enya. She's doing a great job. First time Mama Star. We're just waiting to see if we've got another one on the way. But she's doing a great job. She had it no problem. Cleaning him up. They are amazing mothers. Sunday night, Nikki, our horse, passed away. Thinks I can't see her. Come on, Nikki. You coming? Oh, there she comes. She's excited. And there you are, Nick. It was not unexpected, but still that doesn't make it a lot easier. We love the Icelandic sheep. There's so many reasons why we raise them. There's so many reasons why we hate them. From a lambing perspective, amazing, hardy babies. How are you doing, little spaniel? Hey? I think she looks like a spaniel. Our carrots are blossoming. We've got one here and one over there and a whole bunch more coming. This is very, very exciting. Anybody who's watched any of our gardening / seed saving videos knows that it's something we are very passionate about here, Chris especially. And the main goal with this was to try and get ahead of the Queen Anne's lace and get some carrot seeds that were pure.
So this is basically how we care for the hens and their chicks sort of after the hatch. I think everything to this point we've sort of talked about in this little Broody hen series, I guess you call it, has been basically focused around sort of up to the hatch. Before yesterday we had 44 chicks, and we had a pair of hens hatch out yesterday, and so we are now up to 59. This particular hen has been an excellent mom, and again she's got fairly decent sized chicks.
Almost done, Chris. What do you think?
Pretty good, to be honest, so far. We have a lot of garlic. Well, it's all been harvested. So there's 265 music garlic bulbs.
One of the things that happens when we get to canning season is the table gets covered. I'm sure every person who grows a garden and does the canning side of things and the preserving knows what I'm talking about. Today is the day that we say goodbye to cows. It is one of the decisions that we've made on the farm. Hey? Yes, one of the decisions that we have made is to no longer have cattle. Last night in our live, we discussed the fact that we were probably going to be milking these sheep next year, and it came up in question as to what sheep milk tasted like. Was it good? Did it taste like goat's milk? To be honest, we don't know. We've never tried it. Ta-da! We have milk. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. So we're going to take this in. It's not much, just a little mouthful for Chris and I. So we are back in the house. The milk has had time to chill in the fridge all day. So this is going to be our first taste test of sheep milk. So I think, as you can see from the table, the majority of the numbers did come from the tomatoes. Big bucket there of our Arctic Plenty and a few others. Squash was surprising at, like Chris said, almost the 20 pounds. Very, very shocked at that. The other big thing that we kind of had talked about was Bama's beans. There was a discussion over how much pounds we had in that bowl. Surprisingly, we were just shy of 10 pounds in that bowl of Bama's beans. And the yellow beans made up 5 3/4 pounds. So in total, almost 16 pounds of beans harvested today and tons more on the plant still. It does come out quite a dark color. It just depends what apples you use, and it depends how quickly you get it through the chipper and done. We actually had to make a quick modification on the wood chipper to get this to work a little bit better, so I'm sure our next batch is going to be a lot lighter because it'll go quicker.
In sort of this state, where you can't really see it probably, but the skin is still quite soft. They're great for fresh eating, frying, stir fries. So here is basically
this weekend's harvest.
Yes, all out on the floor. Apples, tomatoes, yellow crookneck squash, peppers. We're getting a pretty good haul of eggplants already, more beans, and we actually dug up all of our celery.
The big finale here is what we did get canned this week. So we're going to kind of start down at this end here. They just keep getting bigger. This one's huge. We should actually do a thing of figuring out how many seeds are actually in our largest one, because there's like thousands of seeds in each of these.
So we got another big one. There's the stem. And you can see
it just kind of grew as a big ball of potatoes. Holy!
Look at
that. Again, they're the pinkish colored.
And they didn't spread. So I think they don't like
the soil,
the heavier soil.
There's a lot of squash in here. A lot. I think we can safely say Chris overplanted. Big time. Let's show you where we're at so far.
The harvest is basically done for the potatoes here, and we've got everything in the house. Where we left off outside sorting, we've kind of continued to do that because we didn't get everything for seed sorted. So we have put aside, what did we say? We've put aside
81 pounds of potatoes.
For seed potatoes.
For seed potatoes for next year. That's in 6 varieties, 6 different types of potatoes, varying amounts depending on how much we wanted of them, I guess.
And of course, the rest is for eating. So we'll show you what it looks like here on the floor before we take it downstairs for storage. So here it is, which I suppose in some ways, when you get it all out on the floor, it doesn't look like as much as it sounds, but
it looks like a lot.
It looks like quite a bit.
This really is the last big change on the homestead for this year, and probably foreseeable future, to be honest. I mean, we've done trying things and changing things.
We've tried a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I guess the big question probably a lot of people are going to have is why get rid of pigs? Because everybody loves bacon and everybody loves pork. It's time for another look what we brought home video. And I suppose this one's not a complete surprise, but at the same time we haven't really touched on it too much.
This view here looks so similar to our last...
Yeah, we've done this before.
Is anybody else experiencing a sense of deja vu?
Yep, what's behind us looks the same. So, long story short, we've brought home 3 more American buff geese. So the big question probably, given all of our changes and whatnot, for some people is going to be why. And the answer is really simple, although we'll probably get into it in a little bit more detail once we get these guys out. Obviously, compared to apples, this is a much slower process. And by volume, like I say, you can see here, my wood block is way down here. So I had this filled up probably to about right around this part of the, right around the top basically, with the shredded sorghum. And I've really compressed that big time. And it's a bit of a slower process too than the apples because the juice comes out, it continues to seep out a little bit after you've applied the pressure. But I think I'm getting to the end of this batch. But as you can see, I've actually got a lot of juice out of here.
We are the next morning. This has been boiling down for about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 between last night and this morning. So we're getting close. We started with a little bit, just under 8 liters, and we're probably down to about 2 now. So it should go down to less than 1 according to what we've read. But we're going to hopefully try this on some pancakes.
The biggest question that anybody who's homesteading, growing their own food, probably even farming, for monetary gain, should be asking themselves. And that question really comes down to, I'm going to say it, one word: why? Why is probably the biggest question everybody should be asking themselves about any of this stuff.
These girls want out. So this will be their first time out at the homestead. Let's see them run around and be really cute. A whole new pen to check out. They're going to make a super cute team.
It's time once again for the Canadian Seed Challenge. So for those of you who don't know what this is, in early, I shouldn't say spring, it was in winter of 2021, we put together a YouTube challenge, I'm just going to call it that, called the Canadian Seed Challenge. And essentially it was a seed swap and a little bit more.